Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and welcome back to my channel. Hey everybody, it's me, Zach. Hi, hello, how are you doing? I hope you're doing as well as you can. I love you all so much. Thanks for coming back to yet another Zachary Michael video. I'm happy to have you here, and I'm happy to keep you company for the next, I don't know, I'm looking at this video. The video we're gonna react to is 16 and a half minutes long, so it looks like we could be here for the next like 45 to an hour, maybe 50. I'd say 45, 50 minutes. So get into it, get ready, get excited, because Amberlynn posted once again this weekend, and the video is called Why I Stopped Drinking, period. I'm saying the punctuation out loud. But that's the video. It's got a sad looking thumbnail. And if you don't know, there was, and I don't know, it's hard to say if I covered it in one of my like various Instagram Q&A updates or not. But there was an Instagram Q&A, if I recall, where she talked a little bit about how she and Tommy don't drink anymore or something along those lines. So I'm curious to see what this video is like. It looks like it could just be another video of her sitting in this designated room where I guess maybe Tommy has okayed her to film, and it looks like the exact same room that her last two videos have come from, so I'm imagining it's just gonna be her talking at the camera for 16 and a half minutes, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope we get to see some other stuff, but that's just what I'm anticipating. And I'm also gonna guess that it's more than just about why she's not drinking. I'm gonna guess there's more context there, or more context, I'm guessing there's more than just that subject that's covered in this video, but that's probably like the most clickbaitable title she could come up with based on the things that she actually talked about in it. When it comes to her use of alcohol and or her use of Delta 8, Delta 9, etc., I want to say, just so the YouTube algorithm can hear this, or whatever YouTubies are listening, that like this is just our commentary on somebody who is maybe making potentially good or bad life choices regarding the use of alcohol. Obviously, everybody should use alcohol responsibly and reasonably, etc. I'm saying that because one of the last videos I posted about her drinking, because there was a Q&A where she talked about how she felt her theory was that she lost weight when she would drink. That was what she was saying. Obviously, drinking alcohol is not a mechanism to lose weight, but for whatever reason, that particular video got both age restricted and not necessarily completely demonetized, but like the little icon that pops up and says like, you're getting limited ads on this video. Not the end of the world, like that doesn't happen often on my videos, but the reason YouTube gave at the time was that I was showing graphic depictions of self-harm. And so I just want to be clear that like, whatever Amberlynn has to say about this in her video is not me co-signing it, YouTube, okay? I obviously think that perhaps Amberlynn's behavior surrounding alcohol and the use of Delta 8, 9, 10, whatever, which one she's doing, is questionable. And I say that because she has multiple times in the past talked about how she turned to those things as a way to deal with her feelings, as a way to cope, as a way to not have to worry about the problems in her life. I'm anticipating that's going to be part of the conversation again today. I'm anticipating she's going to have had time to reflect and be like, oh, I was making some destructive decisions whilst drinking alcohol. So I do want to say I obviously support anybody making decisions that are going to better their life. I myself personally have been sober from alcohol for a little over a year. It's like a year and 2 or 3 months or something like that. It has drastically changed my life for the better in many, many different types of ways, and so I would never want to obviously discourage other people from making that choice, and I hope she can stick with it. I think much like her weight loss journey and attempts, her discussions surrounding alcohol are a bit repetitive at this point, okay? And I do want to say that in case this is the first time you're clicking on a video of mine, so that you know that like, this is not the first time that she said that she was going to stop drinking. This is not the first time that she has talked about how drinking negatively impacts her life. And if you notice any levels of like frustration with me where it may seem like my empathy sympathy bone is lacking, it's partially because I am so frustrated that we're back at this point again, right? Like, she has said multiple times that she turns to these things when she's in a bad place, and we can almost always identify that when she comes on live streams and drinks her buzzballs. Like, I think a lot of people have been able to identify that, and when you bring it up to her in the moment, she says, what do you mean, guys? Like, this is different. Like, people totally do just come on and do stuff like this. Like, it's totally normal and okay to just have a drink or two. So, like, there's a bit of a cycle here. There's a bit of a pattern of behavior, a history of behavior. So, I don't know. I blabbed a lot about it, but all of those things felt important because what I don't want to do is discourage somebody who has maybe failed a couple times at like trying to stop drinking or things like that. People doing anything that they can to stop doing those things, I think, is important. If it has a profound, like, meaningful impact on their life and like could make their life better for whatever reason. So I just don't want anybody to be discouraged. And also want to say I hope that she does stick to it. You know, like, I'm hopeful that she will see that maybe this is not the most like positive activity for her life. But anyways, let's see what she actually has to say, because maybe I'm just like off base altogether and it has nothing to do with any of the things I just talked about, and then that was all pointless, you know? Maybe that was all pointless. So let's just get to, shall we?
Hey guys, welcome to the video. So I was hardcore cuddling with the fur babies, and as you guys know, I am allergic to cats. So my eyes earlier were super red, and now that's why they're kind of swollen, and I have fur all over me. And
I'm so obsessed with the first 13 seconds of this video, and yes, I absolutely am gonna pause for that. Because what do we get? We get her talking about being allergic to her own pets. Like, heaven forbid you buy a bottle of Zyrtec and take a Zyrtec daily. Like, I don't understand, but like, live your truth, girl. And then, of course, that has to lead into the required. Oh my god, guys, this is why I look the way I look today. Like, yes, queen, go off, please. Never stop talking about it. Never stop starting your videos with you talking about your appearance. You look the same as you always do, bestie. Let's go!
you know, we're just fine with that. It's just fur baby glitter. Like, we're totally fine.
We're just fine with it, but I'm so fine with it, I gotta let you all know that I'm fine with it and bring it up and point it out. Like, just so you know, I'm absolutely fine with it, though.
I noticed that I like to mention something about my appearance that I know other people are going to mention. So it's like, I just mention it first. Like, folks, I know. Like, my eyes, they're swollen. Yeah. My cheeks are probably swollen right along with it.
She said, you can't comment on my looks before I can comment on my looks. You can't bring me down quicker than I can bring me down, okay? All right?
I have fur all over me. I look a hot mess. Like, my hair is fried. And I know you guys have been seeing me just, like, sit here. This is, like, the third video in a row. It's just easier for me right now as I get back into, like, the swing of things and, like, filming again. Right now, I'm just giving you guys, like, random little tiny updates in my life. And I'm okay with that for now. Like, eventually, we're gonna get back into vlogging. Like, you guys are gonna see more vlogs and stuff.
We better.
Like, this is an update. Hello.
We better do it.
So update on my mental health. As you guys know, I have been going through it, and that's pretty lightly. I've just been like...
The only update I'm truly interested in is, did you seek therapy? Did you get a therapist? Also, lots of things to also discuss about the fact that she's still in Wisconsin, and there were things that she was supposed to do in the state of Oklahoma. One, she was supposed to vote. She was so excited about voting for Kamala Harris, which, like... We don't have to get into that. I know a lot of you are probably, like, looking for ways to escape the internet, the discussion, the etc. around that. But that was a thing she said she wanted to do, and I highly doubt that she planned ahead to get an absentee ballot. Maybe she did. Maybe she'll surprise me. And I also highly doubt that she's able to, like, register in the state of Wisconsin, because who knows if this is even her permanent address, you know? So there's that. But then, two, she was also, I don't know if y'all remember, but I think she was supposed to see a urologist. Was that the kind of doctor it was? She was supposed to have an appointment for that at, like, the beginning of November sometime, and in Oklahoma. Her kidney stones were so bad, y'all. You guys. Do you think she got it? Do you think she found a way to get to that appointment? I'm gonna guess probably not.
In this funk, but I am slowly getting out of that. I feel myself getting out of it, but like I still have random funky moments, as we call it. And it brings me to like the other topic of discussion. Like, I have never really shared my experience with having borderline personality disorder, which is BPD, as you guys have heard me talk about that frequently.
Yes, ma'am. Respectfully. Can I say it one more time? Respectfully. I don't know that any of us want to hear any more about your BPD unless it's you talking about going to therapy to take care of it. Like, what else could you possibly say about this? You've been diagnosed with it for maybe a little over a year now, and you've sought no therapy for it, and seemingly have done nothing to better yourself or your condition or your diagnosis in any kind of way. So, like, respectfully, go to therapy. Go to therapygirl.com, please, immediately.
I was diagnosed, I want to say, like, a year and a half ago by a psychologist. It was someone who I was seeing for weight loss surgery initially, and then when I realized I didn't want weight loss surgery, I still kept seeing her. Because, like, it was therapy that genuinely was changing my life.
Okay, great.
Changing my life.
Love
and
that.
And that is also when I was diagnosed with CTPTSD or something like that. It's just, like, it's obvious. It's, like, if you go through a lot of traumatic things as a child, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have some sort of PTSD from that. And I definitely do. But I think what shook me to the core was being diagnosed with BPD, because for the longest time, I was like...
Shook her so much to the core, she won't go seek therapy for it. She said, I'm going to take your diagnosis and I'll do nothing with it. I'll do absolutely nothing with it. Thank you so much for that diagnosis. Now I can talk about it without doing anything about it. I appreciate you, therapist. You shook me.
Like, I don't even know what that is. Like, I kind of judged it. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I don't have a personality disorder. Like, I don't know why I took offense to that, because there were people who would reach out to me for all of my time on YouTube. People would reach out to me and be like, you have borderline personality disorder, and I would take, like, actual offense to it. But when I was diagnosed, I learned more about it, and still to this day, I'm learning more about it.
And how are you learning more about it? And what ways are you learning about it? I'm not saying that therapy's the only way to learn about it, but, like, truly, honestly, what good is all of this learning that you're allegedly doing about it if, like, you're not actually getting better? You're not actually making changes to your life. Nothing is actually improving about your condition. Like, I don't understand. Help me make it make sense.
And it's like, wow, that explains why I've been the way that I've been my whole life, majority of my life. And as an adult, like, she ain't getting better. Like, I'm
sure
all
not.
The symptoms that I have.
Sure not. Surely not getting better, are you? Damn. It's just like, I know not everybody has, I feel like I need to go through this laundry list of things, because, like, I am such an advocate for mental health treatment, therapy, etc. And I also know that that's, like, there are so many limitations to so many people, right? Like, I totally get that. I understand that. I think there's a lot of people who would love to seek therapy, but because of the way that, like, health insurance and things like that work in the United States, at least, like, it can be very difficult to be able to afford it, let alone have access to it in other ways. And so I get it. And also, like, Amberlynn is a person who has financial means. She is a person who has financial opportunities that allow her to do all kinds of things on her channel. And, like, literally the last time she talked about therapy, it really just boiled down to she's just afraid to go to therapy. And honestly, it feels like what she's the most afraid of is that, like, if she goes to therapy, that means she has to work on things, and she can't just use it as a blanket excuse for her behaviors. It certainly helps explain her behavior. It certainly helps us understand why she is the way she is. And I think, like, to some extent, that is a part of, like, the the therapy process, right? Like being able to realize that like, you know, you may have made bad decisions in the past and also like be able to reconcile that with like, this is a part of my mental health disorder. But like she just stops at the like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense now. It makes so much sense, like all these things about my life where I've done bad things or I've had bad things happen around me. Like all of that's just because I have BPD, and she stopped there. That's where the learning stops for her.
Of BPD, like those things are still there and they're prominent in my life.
Yeah.
And I am thinking about sharing more about that because I've discovered there's a lot of you who also struggle with the same thing, and feeling alone and feeling lonely, not a good feeling for anybody, let alone people with BPD. It feels scary and it does feel very like you're alone, and I don't want people to feel that way. And I also don't want to be coming on here and like sharing my experience as someone who's not getting help.
Right.
So
right.
I have actually found a psychiatrist / therapist who I'm going to be speaking to. I'm going to be calling. I have not called yet.
Listen, I guess baby steps. Baby steps. Baby steps. Because, yeah, I really agree. I don't think you should be coming on here talking about all of this if you're not actually doing any work to make it happen. But you do just have to laugh. We come to this place to laugh. We come to this place to laugh. Heartbreak feels good in a place like this. We come to this place to laugh, and you have to laugh because how is she gonna come on here and be like, listen, no worries, y'all. I know I shouldn't come on here and talk about this all without doing any of the work myself. So I just want you to know I have the concept of a therapist. I have an idea of who a therapist is, but I will be getting help, but I haven't even called them yet. Oh, I just hit my keyboard. Okay, listen, that is, you have to laugh. That's all. That's all I can say about it. You have to laugh.
I have discovered them. I have found them. I know about them, and they know nothing about me yet.
I know about them. That really does sound like Donald Trump. I have a concept of a plan. Get out of here. I know about them. Okay, good for you. I know about therapists too. Well, I actually do go to one, but... Oh, God. Oh, Amberlynn. Amberlynn. Change, but honestly never change. Never change.
That is one step closer. I don't want to be coming on here speaking about my experience.
And yet you are.
Getting help.
And yet you are.
That's not going to help me. It's not going to help anyone watching.
Okay.
And
true.
I want to be proof, because there's tons of proof, but I want to be one of the ones proof that like we will be okay by getting help. And I have realized that I might need to be medicated again. And that's fine.
No, this is what's crazy. Where did the medication start? Like, this is where Amberlynn goes from 0 to 60 real fucking quick, because the last video she talked about how she was just scared of having to be medicated, and now that was like one of the barriers for her wanting to seek help. But now she's like, well, I guess I might just have to be medicated. I might just have to do it. It's just like, you don't have to immediately jump to that. You haven't even met with a therapist, psychiatrist. Like, how about you give that person a call, you go sit down with them, and you talk about your concerns and your fears about medicine. Sorry, I'm still, like, not 100% great, but, like, I might have an occasional cough. Is that not crazy? Like, that is just, why are we jumping all the way to medicine already? One step at a time. This girly pop cannot do anything slowly except actually reach out to this fucking therapist, I guess, because she's taking her sweet ass time doing that. Like, I would be so embarrassed to come onto video and be like, you guys, I am getting help. No worries. I've got somebody in mind that I think I'm gonna call, but I haven't called yet. Like, no, wait until you actually call the therapist and then get onto camera and tell me you called them and that you have an appointment set up. Like, please.
What a professional thinks will help me with my symptoms, let's do it. Because it's like,
Well, then wait for them to tell you that.
Myself from like the BPD side of me and then like the real side of me, and it's two completely different people.
It's all.
And I just want to see more of me. Like
it's all you, bestie girl. It's all you.
My true, authentic self without BPD just like clouding my judgment constantly and turning me into someone I'm not. Speaking of medicine and being medicated, I don't know what reminded me of this.
I'm also just like, no, that's just like a part of who you are and you have to learn to manage it. It is just as much a part of you as whatever you're defining as the real you. You just have to like learn to manage it in ways that is not detrimental to other people. Like, I don't Like that to me feels like compartmentalizing. It's like she's wanting to try to separate all the things that about BPD that she thinks like makes her a bad person, and like compartmentalize that and separate it from like, oh, this is the real me, this is the real Amberlynn. And it's like, no, the reality is that's you. You have this mental illness and you need to like work to manage it and work to take care of it.
Tommy and I, we like to watch movies together. I'm not gonna lie, it takes her and I a few days to finish one movie. I'm not gonna lie, and that's okay.
That's weird.
It's kind of enjoyable, to be honest, but we've watched a lot of movies lately. We'll watch like 30 minutes at a time, but a recent movie we watched is she's presenting this as like this is a unique thing that her and Tommy Salami do together. But she's talked about this in other relationships, or even when she just like watches them on like movies on her own. It probably has way less to do with Tommy and more so to do with Amberlynn. Like, just to be clear, because like this is not a new thing, but she is presenting it in this moment like this is like a brand new concept that's like a cute quirky thing about their relationship. The Substance. And I was going into it kind of like blind. I didn't really know what I was expecting. But you guys, it was the creepiest, weirdest movie I've seen in the longest time. So
I had some friends that wanted to go see it. And I was, like very fresh into the breakup. And so I didn't want to go watch it with them. But they were going to Chili's beforehand. So I went to Chili's with them. We got that little, what's the little trio, the sampler trio thing with the chicken crispers and the egg rolls. Them shits is good. But anyways, instead of going and watching The Substance with them, I went and watched The Wild Robot, and it was very cute. And I also took an Eddie before I went and watched it, and I also cried a lot in the movie, and I felt kind of embarrassed because I was like sitting in there by myself, but there were like families there watching it because it's like a kid's movie, and I was just like, it was a really cute movie about like finding belonging and being together with people, and I was like, I don't feel like I have belonging right now, and so I was just like weeping at this movie. I was also, again, under the influence of an edible. So, anyways, yeah, there you go. But I've heard from all my friends that love horror movies that, like, The Substance is really great. I know the gays really love it. So if that's your gig, get into it, go watch it. But I just don't like to watch scary things. I don't like to watch scary things. I don't like to be scared.
Highly recommend. So if you guys like weird, creepy movies, definitely go for it. Like, the premise is this woman, she's getting older and she feels as if her age is preventing her from going further in her career. I don't really need the synopsis from Amberlynn though. Like, just go watch it. If you like horror movies, or you like to be a little scared, go watch it. People are like, oh, well, you're old, you need someone younger. So she gets this substance that she injects inside of her, and it's supposed to make her into her better self. And what happens is something that I don't think I'll ever be able to get out of my mind ever again in my life. It is so freaking weird. I recommend it. I do. It's like, it was a roller coaster. The middle of it, I was like, a little bored. This needs to pick up. Like, I was very intrigued in the beginning. The middle, I was like, okay, what's really gonna happen? But then the end, just like, I'm a little traumatized. So the next thing I want to talk about is like Scheduling for YouTube. As you guys know, I'm a scheduling queen, but then I always fail at the scheduling.
Well, also though, she was doing a really good job with her schedule for a very long time. Posting every other day worked for her for a very long time. So, I don't know. But, like, to call herself a scheduling queen, I don't know about that. And also, like, she's only failed so far at it once since she stopped doing it. So, like, I think she needs to be a little easier on herself. Like, really, the largest issue is just, like, don't communicate something until you're ready to communicate it, you know? And then, like, if you say you're going to do something, try your best to stick to it. And if you can't stick to it, at least let people know that you can't do it, right? Like, I think those are the takeaways from her scheduling situation type of deal.
Back on a schedule. I don't want there to be any expectations of me at this point because
keep
it's
them
just
low.
like I actively cannot fail anybody right now, or it's just I'm gonna have another breakdown.
Absolutely. Let's keep our expectations for Amberlynn as low as they've always been. The bar is in fucking hell, okay? So keep them low. Do not expect too much out of Amberlynn.
Like, I don't want to fail you guys. I don't want to fail myself. So having expectations is just absolutely silly. But this brings me into, like, Vlogmas. Vlogmas is coming up, and that's always been my most favorite time of year. I love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite holiday. I love the decorations. I love giving. I'm very much a gift giver, as you guys know. I love
giving. Also, love receiving. Love giving and receiving. I'm very versatile. If you catch my grift, not my grift. I'm not grifting over here. My drift. I wish I could talk. I just got so caught up in talking about giving and receiving.
I love the music. I love the vibes. It just puts me in a happy space. I love watching other people's Vlogmas. I love filming my own Vlogmas. Last year I didn't do it because I was going through, like, bad headspace. Remember? You guys were there for it. That's the only time I have never decorated for Christmas because I was in such, like, a bad headspace that I couldn't even bring myself to decorate for Christmas. Like, that's crazy. So why was I going to do Vlogmas? I wasn't going to, like, sit there and cry to you guys every single day. Like, no, I'm good. I think we're all good off of that. But I know a lot.
Give me Vlogmas. Give me 25 days of Amberlynn crying about Christmas. Give it to me. And like I said, I'm a receiver. I will take. You like to give for Christmas? You like to give gifts? Give me the gift of an Amberlynn Vlogmas this year.
Other people love my Vlogmas, even if I'm staring at the wall. So let's do it together.
Oh, she's so funny.
A lot of you want me to do Vlogmas.
Oh, she's so funny.
And I've had this discussion back and forth with people on Instagram, and you guys have given me a lot of ideas. Some of you were like, do Vlogmas every other day. So that would only be like 12 videos. And then someone actually gave me the idea, 3-minute Vlogmases. Like, and if you go over 3 minutes, then awesome, that's amazing.
3 minutes?
Uploading every single day, even if it's 3 minutes. And
3 minutes?
You know what? That's kind of a good idea.
Sorry. 3 minutes? 3 minutes is all we can push ourselves to do. It's so funny because, like, I made a video like a week or two ago when I didn't have a voice and I, like, literally couldn't make videos, and I was just joking. I was just having a hee-hee and a ha-ha about, like, how hard is it really to get a video to 8 minutes so you can get the pre-roll ads or mid-roll ads. And so I was making a joke at Amberlynn's expense in that case. And the number of people that took it so seriously in the comments about, oh, Zach, like, now you can never criticize Amberlynn for doing this again. Never. You were so desperate and hungry for money that you sat there and waited for it to be 8 minutes long. It's like, y'all besties, it's fine if you didn't get the joke. I'm not everybody's favorite comedian. My humor doesn't always translate, but it was a joke. Sometimes people like to laugh. Sometimes we come to this place to laugh. That's what my girl Nicole Kidman said. She said, we come to this place to laugh. And that's why we're here, besties. We're here to laugh, okay? But 3 minutes is funny. Listen, 3 minutes, I'll react to a 3-minute vlog. I'll react to a 3-minute vlog over here. Woohoo, let's go. I'll take what I can get. Beggars cannot be choosers this holiday season.
Right now, what I'm thinking is every day I want to upload for Vlogmas, even if it is just 3 minutes.
Okay, work.
Because I don't want there to be an expectation of...
I also love that she's like... Sorry, she wasn't like, I'm gonna cough, but she's like, I just want to let you all know that there's no schedule. Like, I don't want to let anybody down. But I do have a schedule for a month from now, for December. And I'm going to do blah, 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 blah. It's giving, like, when she said that she was going to start her last schedule in October. And there were only, like, 3 days of October left. Very that. It's just like... Girl, why say you're not going to have a schedule, but then I'm supposed to believe that in December I can expect a video from you every day, even if it's only 3 minutes long? All right, diva, let's go.
Length in my videos. I think that's what's been getting to me lately is, like, I would post these, like, 8-minute vlogs, 10-minute vlogs, 12-minute vlogs, and it's just, like, wasn't long enough for people, and, like, people would complain about it.
Well...
They weren't happy with it. And you know what? For Vlogmas, I have to throw out those complaints because I think about them constantly.
She said, for Vlogmas, I don't give a fuck about the people that watch my channel. Okay, work, diva. Work.
Vlogmas, I have to just throw it out. And if I upload a 3-minute vlog, then I upload a 3-minute vlog. And I'm going to be okay with that as long as I'm doing it every single day.
Yeah.
As of right now, that's what I want to do. I know that's still putting expectations up. But they're not expectations that I feel like I can't succeed in.
Well,
I
we'll
feel like
see.
I can do that.
We'll
and if
see.
I can't do that, then just know that it is because of my mental health. Because deep down, I want to do that. I love Vlogmas. Like, truly, truly. So, as of right now, like, we're going to have a mini Vlogmas, we're going to call it, you know? Because it will be daily, but it's just going to be short videos. What is going to be in those videos?
Here we go.
We don't know. So another thing I want to talk about is, as you guys know, I was doing...
But then the thing for me is that when she was... One of her Instagram Q&A things, around the time I posted that video where I was, like, joking about the 8-minute thing, I don't know if this inspired somebody to ask her or not, but they asked her, like, why it took her so much work or time or energy, etc., to do... an 8-minute vlog, and she, like, talked about how it took hours to plan for vlogs, plan what she wanted to film. It took hours to edit them, hours to upload them, to make thumbnails, to do this, to do that, to do the other. And I'm just like, okay, so instead of 8 minutes, you're doing 3 minutes? That's still about half that time. It's still gonna take you a lot of time to do it if that's allegedly how much time you spend on an 8-minute video, you know? But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. She says that she thinks she can do 3-minute vlogs. I'll take what I can get. I'll take what I can get and I'll watch it all. I just dropped my phone. I'll watch it all for you, the viewers. I'll do it for you.
Like, daily Q&As on Instagram. That's where I get a lot of, like, things as of lately where people are like, what's going on with this, what's going on with that, and I think that's why I like to do those.
Well, yeah, they have to go over there because you're not telling them what's going on over here on your YouTube channel. This is like maybe the 3rd video you've posted in November so far. We're almost to week 2 or 3 of November.
Because when I disappear off of YouTube, I still like to have some sort of correspondence with you guys. But something that was brought up was me and Tommy don't drink anymore. I said how we stopped drinking. And I never said why. And I didn't want to because, like, it's Tommy's business. And I don't want to put...
It's Tommy's business. It's Tommy's issue that you don't drink anymore. Oh. Interesting.
Anything out there that, like, I don't have permission to share. Like, I get it. A decade ago, 9 years ago, 8 years ago, that Amberlynn, she shared a lot of stuff that she shouldn't have, but I'm just not that person anymore. Like,
I mean, I appreciate that, but also, like, a few things. One, then don't answer a question about you and Tommy drinking to begin with. You could have just made it about you. You could have just said, I don't drink, or you could have not answered the question at all. And second of all, why are you bringing it up now? What, like, you answered that in a Q&A, like, a week or 2 ago at this point. Why bring it up again if it's something that's sensitive that Tommy doesn't want to talk about?
That was my early 20s. I am currently fixing to be 34 in like a month. She's wired a little bit differently. I also think that Feline helped a lot with her.
She's built differently. Amberlynn's not like other Amberlynns.
But also just like aging and maturing. Like truly. So the reason why we don't drink anymore is because Tommy's having health problems. I don't want to like go into detail, but I will say that's also like definitely something that's been wearing on my mental health because I'm absolutely worried for her. It's something that she's been going through for a long time, and it's hard. And as of recently, even just like one drink of alcohol for her can affect her in like a really bad way.
And yet y'all were pounding them. Y'all were pounding them back when she was visiting you in Oklahoma, and you're saying this is a long-term problem she's had?
So for her health, she has stopped drinking. And it's like, why am I going to drink in front of her if she can't? Like, that's stupid. I'm very much a social drinker. Like, if I'm drinking by myself...
I'm a social drinker, but that's why I oftentimes drink by myself and then go live on YouTube to interact with the YouTube audience.
There's usually an issue. But if I'm drinking on live stream, or if I'm drinking like in person with friends or my girlfriend, it's like very much like a social drinking. And yes, that includes when I'm on live stream, because when I'm on live stream, like I genuinely feel like I'm hanging out with a bunch of friends. But definitely keep her in your thoughts, please, because she's actively going through a lot.
Well, I guess all the things I talked about at the beginning of this have nothing to do with it. Have nothing to do with why she stopped drinking. I don't know. It's feeling a bit delulu on her end. And not obviously not the stuff with Tommy. Like if Tommy has health issues and stuff with it, whatever. But like it feels like she is really truly like delusional about how drinking impacts her still. So I'm, you know what, thrilled to say that. Well, not thrilled. I'm not thrilled at all to say that nothing has changed for Amberlynn.
Her health, and she's trying to get it figured out, and it's just been scary, and I'm trying to be there for her like as much as I can. She's trying to take healthier steps in her life, and by not drinking is definitely a healthy step. And she gave me permission to share that, by the way, so that's why I told you this. Also, in the last video I posted, I said dogs plural because they were barking. I said dogs, and I said how I take out dogs in the morning. And you guys were like, wait, what? Tommy has dogs? Tommy does have a dog. One dog, and his name is Milo. Guys, I'm telling you, Milo and Twinkie are the cutest little best friends I've ever seen in my life.
I just know people are so irritated that there are more dogs in her life, more animals in her life. Like, I know people are sick of her. I know that people are probably already upset that we're 12 minutes into this video and she hasn't even shown Twinkie, even though, like, I just want to be clear, like, I don't think her not showing a dog means that there's something wrong with Twinkie or Twinkie's not there. Like, it's clear at this point that her vlogs or her videos are just her sitting here. So, of course, she's not going to go and show every animal every time she posts a new video. Just like Poe is not in this chair every time I post a new video, but certainly is still here with me, will continue to be here with me for time to come. So it's just like, I get it. I think maybe just because like I've been on the other end of that where people like assume something's wrong with my dogs. People used to do that with Judy all the time. They would be like, oh, Judy's old, she hasn't been in videos, she must be dead. And like, thankfully she wasn't at the time, and it was just always felt like so invasive. Like, why are you like imagining that about my dog? So that's where like my own bias comes in when I see people questioning her about her dog. But anyways, I just know people are irritated that she has access to more animals now. Like
seeing them just like in the yard, like running and like having fun together, and they'll eat together. They just like bark together. They just do everything together. Wow. They like copy each other, like back and forth copying each other. It's so cute. A lot of you were always like, will you get a dog for Twinkie? Like not even for yourself, but for Twinkie, so she has a friend. And Twinkie's weird about dogs. I don't know what it is. I think it's mainly because she's jealous, but her mom will be loving on her all the time. So her and Milo are like two besties.
Okay, great.
Literally all the pets get along. I know you guys ask about Rarity and Wasabi as well. Everyone gets along with everyone. Like, it literally couldn't have worked out better.
You know what I will say, though, from, like, I want to be entertained perspective? Like, imagine she's still telling the story and she, like, popped up the actual footage of Milo and Twinkie, like, playing together. She popped up the actual footage of, like, all of her... Like, outside of, like, what I think a lot of people have of, like, being concerned for the pets, like, that would also just be a much more entertaining piece of content, you know? If, like, we could sit here and see the visual that she's talking about, but she's in this, like, I'm just gonna sit down and yap at you, like, era of her content right now, so we don't get to actually see things that could be potentially entertaining. But wouldn't that be so fun? And also, like, as a dog lover, I would love to see what Milo looks like.
So to end this video, I actually have a Target haul. It's just, like, random stuff.
Oh my god. We're getting a Target haul on top of conversations about BPD, your dog, and why you stopped drinking. Like, old Amberlynn would have made Target haul its own video, even if it was only 8 minutes long.
Let's, like, get into it. I haven't done a Target haul in forever. So
this Dunkin' is trash.
Maybe it'll jumpstart my vlogging.
Did I say that already?
Like, I need to start vlogging, you know? And it wouldn't be an Amber video without getting a journal.
Oh, yeah, because she left all of her journals back in fucking Oklahoma. She really thought she was going to go back for them, I guess.
So, it's undated, so you literally just circle the month and day of what it is on every single page. Because I want to, like, build a better routine while I'm here in Wisconsin. Because I just noticed, like, I have, like, little tiny routines, but it's nothing, like, that makes me feel satisfied. Like, when I was in Oklahoma, like, you guys didn't see that, but trust me, I was satisfied with my life. And
she said what do you mean routines? Literally one of her first videos back, she was talking about how cute her little morning routine with her dogs was. What do you mean you want to, like, build more routines? And also, how is this fucking planner going to help you with that any more than any other fucking planner you've ever had helped you with that? Sorry, I don't know that I was prepared to give my annoyance to a fucking planner in a Target haul today. I didn't think that was the type of video we were getting, so I wasn't mentally prepared for her to pull out a journal. But now that I'm really thinking about it, I'm like, this shit is so dumb. This shit is really so dumb. She really thinks a planner is gonna fucking solve her life problems, and it's so crazy to me, because how many has she bought at this point, and she hasn't learned that it doesn't solve any of her problems. Not a single one.
And my routine and what I did every single day, because, like, I was in my own environment and I created a life for myself. So while I'm in Wisconsin, like, I want to create a life for myself that isn't just, like, me attached to Tommy's hip, because...
Well, that sounded like you live here now, then, is the problem. I mean, I know you said while I'm in Wisconsin, like, you're gonna go back to Oklahoma, but, like, you're there to visit. You're there to visit. You've been there for a couple months now, but you're supposed to just be there to visit. Why are you trying to build a life? Why are you trying to build a life, Miss Ma'am?
As you guys know, well, most of you know, when you have BPD, you do choose, like, a favorite person. That isn't the psychological word for it, but you become extremely attached to someone and you make them your whole world. I need to figure out how not to do that. Like, I genuinely just want...
Let's start with therapy. Go to therapy.com, girl. Call your therapist.com, girl. You can't even call her your therapist yet because you haven't called her yet.com, girl. Like, please be serious.com, girl.
Want to be more in tune with myself and, like, create routines for myself, as well as, like, being a part of Tommy's routine. I know it sounds crazy to some people, and you guys are probably like, what the heck? But it's all BPD coded. Trust me.
It's all go to therapycoded.com. Please.
I'm trying so hard. Like, I have to fight with myself not to let, like, certain BPD symptoms rule my life. So getting a planner will help with that. I know that sounds crazy, but it makes sense, trust me. So I needed some more toothpaste, so I just got some.
She really thinks she's gonna journal in her way out of a fucking BPD diagnosis. That's not how it fucking works, girl. It really isn't. Please be fucking serious.
Pro Health, nothing special there. And then I needed more shampoo and conditioner, so I got some frizz control kind by Herbal Essence.
I'm sorry. The Target haul really caught me off guard, so I think I'm taking longer time to process it because I hadn't even considered that this could be a part of this fucking video. But when she said nothing special right there, it kind of sounded like, listen, that was my bad attempt at doing like a Wisconsinite accent. But if you know, you know. It sounds like she's like picked up some kind of accent from Tommy and or the people in Tommy's life surrounding her in Wisconsin.
And we'll see. Sulfate-free hemp oil. I don't know. We'll see how it works. Like, I'm still trying to find the perfect shampoo and conditioner.
Okay.
I needed more toothbrushes because I like to change mine out once a month. I needed more body wash.
Nobody understands dental hygiene like Amberlynn.
Antibacterial care, body wash. I literally am obsessed, and it smells so good. Like, you wouldn't expect something like this to smell so freaking good, but oh, it does, girl. So I needed some hair ties because I literally only brought one to Wisconsin, and I can't find it. So I got some of these, and then I needed some of these really small ones because I like to wear my hair with those two small, like, pigtails like this. And I haven't been able to do that because I don't have any of these really small hair ties, and that's what I need to do that hairstyle.
So let me just understand. You had to get those little small hair ties because you like to do that one little hairstyle where you use those little small hair ties, but then you didn't have any of those little small hair ties, so you had to get some of those little small hair ties so you could put your hair up in those two little pigtails. So thankfully now you have some of those little small hair ties so you can do that.
So obviously for my planner, I needed pens.
Obviously.
So some colorful pens.
You telling me that Miss Tommy Salami didn't have any pens in her home for you to use? You couldn't use one of those highlighters?
And you guys know that I'm a journaling queen. And you guys always ask, what is your favorite pen? I love a Papermate pen. Papermate, all the way. Ink Joy. Okay?
Okay.
Ink Joy. Papermate. Highly recommend.
Okay.
And then last but not least,
this is
rawhide free. They're premium tasty twists made with real chicken. So I got these for the doggos as well. Okay. So that is my little Target haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It is random.
Is that done? Are we done?
Here again. But again, we're just trying to get back into the swing of things. And yeah, I love you guys.
Okay.
I have something really exciting actually. About to go down, and
don't get my hopes up. Don't raise my expectations. Don't do this. We already had that conversation today.
I was gonna share it in this video, but we're gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to share it. I don't know if it's gonna be exciting for y'all, but it is beyond exciting for me. It is the best thing that literally could have ever happened to me in my whole entire life. So I will tell you guys about that. In an upcoming video.
You think she's engaged?
Anyways, I love you guys. I'll see you next one. Bye.
Y'all think she's engaged to be married? I don't know. What else could be exciting for her? An engagement after like 4 months would just really be so funny to me. That would honestly really just be so hilarious to me. I don't know. It's what her and Tommy Salami deserve, honestly. I hope they do get married, engaged, whatever. But anyways, that's all I have for today. I hope you angels enjoyed today's video. If you did and you're brand new to my channel, consider subscribing down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Make sure to leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all my social media. I love you all so much, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!